everyone, I am Amanda from Mandy Lynn Plans. Welcome back for another weekly plan with me. Today, instead of using a lot of stickers, we are actually going to just be using some washi tape and then some stencils as well as script stickers. It has been a really long time since I have done this, but I wanted to go ahead and play a little bit different than usual this week. I love this Hobonichi washi so much. I believe it's called Pastel Mix. It's washi with little washis hanging down, and then I just grabbed some that I thought matched pretty well as some Stabilo fine liners, and then my stencils. I don't have a really large stencil collection. Started with this 3-piece Beauty by Starlet set. I will link them. Her shop is on vacation sometimes. It seems like often when I check it's on vacation. I will check and see if these are available right now. And then I also have this Erin Condren one that I like to use sometimes too. So I think it will have kind of a similar feel, but it will definitely be different as well. So here's a look at this past week. So then I'm just gonna go ahead and start right in. I'm going to use this thicker washi to go ahead and stretch all the way across. This is actually a really great size for this, but I'm realizing that I don't want it to cover up this navy box after all because it's pretty see-through. I had forgotten about that. So let's see if I can rip left-handed. Not too bad. Yeah, that washi tears really well. So I am going to keep this to the grid. So then just starting again here. Often when I used to do washi spreads, I would go all the way across, but I have really been liking mixing it up a little bit, I guess. So I am actually filming this quite a bit later than usual. I am filming it on Monday. We had a really big new release, and I will not ever release that many sheets at once ever again. And you can see these colors, but I'm gonna cover them up with the days of the week anyway, so it's not gonna bother me. I'm gonna put them up towards the top. And then I'm going to use some of these date dots from an older, actually I think this was an Oops page that I just grabbed or put in my stash to use eventually. And when I looked at my other sheets, I didn't have all of the numbers that I needed for this week. All right, so those are in. All right, so then the next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and put this washi down at the bottom. I have not used this washi nearly enough. It is so pretty. I love it so much. And it covers up, whoa, that did not tear very well at all, actually. Let me see again. There we go. Anyway, what I was saying, this covers up 2 hours just about perfectly, and I apparently cannot lay a washi down straight. I forgot how much extra work their washi is really sticky, and so it's kind of difficult to get just right sometimes. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and come over and work on my sidebar. I'm going to have 3 different little areas this week, gratitude, and next week, and I'm going to be using this box for that. The stickers will fit well in it, and it covers the whole column. I think I'm gonna do my colors in this order. So I'm gonna start with the sidebar, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm gonna try and keep them in that order. I do like the way that it looks whenever I keep one color per day. It has been so long since I've used these stencils. I don't think I've done a stencil spread at all in 2020. I'll have to go back and flip through, but I really don't think I have. And originally I wasn't going to add these little flags, maybe because it goes over into the next day, but I really like what it adds. And I should have done that up farther. Part of one thing with this stencil versus like the Hobonichi stencil is that it's not see-through. And so with the Hobonichi stencil, you can see what you're doing a little bit better, and this Hobonichi one has the grid on it. If you can see that, it's really helpful with lining it up. It matches the cousin grid perfectly. And since I'm out of practice, it's just a little bit off, but that's okay. So I said this is going to be this week. And then for consistency, I think I will do them all the same. But I'm going to leave quite a bit of room for this week. Now, one tip I do have is that her stencil, the boxes kind of line up. So I like to keep this lined up with the box on top when I'm doing this. As I mentioned earlier, it's hard to line them up otherwise. And I don't really have a tip about lining up these little flag edge things very well. I'm not the best at that. I just kind of try and eyeball it, and I probably do it too far down, but that's okay. So then I wanted to do gratitude, and then just a little one down at the bottom for next week. So again, I'm going to line this up to where this matches inside this box. There we go. It is Father's Day weekend, and I thought about using the Father's Day kit that we have in the shop, but I was really just wanting to do, and look, it's like not even close to being even. Whoops. I just wanted to do a pen only spread. For some reason, I was just really having an itch for it. And it's not exactly pen only, I understand that. I'm using washi tape and I'm using script stickers. And then what I wanted to do is actually use the boxes on this Hobonichi cousin stencil, because the boxes she provides, it's like every 1.5 boxes. The reason she did that was because if you do them too much closer, these little things get too thin and it's hard to keep them stable so they don't rip. So I'm going to use this stencil for this part, and I'm just going to do every other box. It's also been a really long time since I have used this stencil for this purpose. Usually it's just my washi cutter lately. Now I'm noticing I was able to get 7 in here. I might have to switch gratitude in this week, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get a full 7 boxes here. But I want to be able to put something that I'm grateful for each day. So we might have to switch. We'll see. Yes, I was only able to get 5. So I'm going to just quickly swap out. That's the other nice thing about using script stickers instead of just writing in the labels here. When I make mistakes, I can swap them out. I should have counted that before I did it. And then I don't have room to leave a space, so I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's the extent of my sidebar is going to be for now, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put in the things I went ahead and pre-planned just to make my life a little bit easier. Carrying on with all of the birthdays. If you watched last week, you might remember that my husband's birthday was last week, as well as my brother's birthday was just yesterday. My brother-in-law's birthday is today. And I think I may have misspoke, or I think there was some confusion. My husband and my brother-in-law aren't actually brothers. This brother-in-law I'm referring to is my sister's husband. So our husbands are just under a year apart in age. Sorry to confuse you, I should have clarified. So I'm going to be using the light blue on Monday. And I want to use this little banner thing here, as well as, I think there's something birthday. Yeah, there's a little birthday cake on this one. Actually, this one is kind of fun. I think I'm gonna use this one instead. I'm not sure if it's gonna fit inside the grid. Ooh, and it does. Fantastic. So I am going to put this, okay, now I'm trying to rethink this because this is going to cut into my office time, and then if I put it up here, it's going to be my weather. Okay, I think this is what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to be able to do a little box because I do want to mark it. Now I need 3 boxes for weather, that's it. So I can start this at the 6:30 and go till 7:30, and that will be fine. And I will not put the little flags on this one. I'll just make it a box. And then I will just use this birthday script, and I will write Josh. Okay, and then we have our chiropractor appointment Tuesday afternoon, and I had forgotten about that. For some reason, I thought it was a week later, but I got a notification that it was tomorrow. And I think I'm just gonna use that same box, but I'm not gonna use this color. Tuesday is gray. And those start at 5. My husband and I both go at the same time, and we just kind of tag team staying in the car with our daughters. It's easier that way. We don't even have to bring them in. And then we don't have too many people in the office. They're still trying to limit how many people they have in the waiting room at one time and all of that. Oh, and then I just remembered, I liked when I was doing like a drop shadow type thing on these. I'd forgotten about that. Okay, just makes it pop off the page a little bit more. So then I'm gonna do this on the birthday as well. I don't think the sidebar needs it because I already did that little bit for the banners. I did also want to go ahead and put in, I think I'm gonna call it my office hours. The hours where I have somebody coming and watching the girls for me so that I can get some work done in my Etsy shop. I think I'm gonna do it like this. I think I remember doing, I'm gonna put this little flag down first, and then I'm gonna put this bubble around the time that she's here, and I'm gonna have to adjust it because she is here 3 hours until 12. The other nice thing about using stencils instead of stickers is that you can do exactly what you need, because sometimes the stickers aren't exactly the times that you actually realistically do things. So if you are one that really likes to be specific and intentional about what you put in and you want it all to be exact, then stencils might be the way to go for you. Then I just want to quickly go give that a shadow as well. So she comes Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, unless for whatever reason those times don't work for either of us, then we can adjust as needed. So then Wednesday will be this pink color, and the pink that's in the washi is actually a lighter pink, but I didn't have a Stabilo color that matched that. So I went with a darker color instead. So then just shifting that up again to account for the 12 o'clock finish. And then office sticker. Doing this has been really helpful as a part stay-at-home, part work-at-home mom. Having specific hours where I'm dedicated to working on Etsy has been really, really nice. So then Thursday, my husband has a board meeting. So I definitely want to put that in, even though it's not my meeting, because I will actually be putting down the girls by myself. And that's kind of a bigger deal. He will have to leave right around 6:30 to get there at 7. They are actually meeting now. The board isn't very big. They've been doing Zoom calls through all of this. I think this is their first, is this their first meeting? I don't remember. Oh no, they had interviews. We hired a couple of new teachers. Okay, so then just putting in that shading there. And then those go so late. Those go until like 11 o'clock sometimes, but I want to use this space for my daily stats. So I'm gonna kind of cheat and maybe just be hopeful that it will be done by 10, or maybe even 9:30, just for the sake of saving space. That part doesn't matter as much because I am not actually there. So the end time doesn't matter as much to me as the beginning time. And they never really know how long it's gonna be. So then, I hope this meeting sticker will fit. Oh, and it does. That's so fun. It's a little bit different since this one is curved. Okay, there we go. And then I think I'm done with this little, oh, nope, payday. These little sheets, these kind of sampler sheets of our new scripts, I've been putting in just about every order. I think I've been able to do that for the most part. So if you have not tried out the new font and you've been wanting to, it's a really good little sampler. It has a lot of the scripts that you would need on any given week. I was pretty intentional about how I put that together. So I'm gonna do this similarly to how I did Josh's birthday, and I'm gonna do a little shadow. And that's not straight. That's okay. Oh, I forgot to do the shadow over here. I will say that switching between different colors each day is a little bit more difficult than switching sticker colors, just because I'll have to carry all of my pens with me, or I don't know. And since they don't have clips, like I can't just put them all in my little pen loop. So that will be a little bit more complicated. That's okay. And then my mom's birthday is on Saturday. So I think the last birthday in June. We have lots of birthdays in June. And then summer starts on Saturday as well, officially. Oh, and I forgot to do my office time for Friday. So let me do that first. I would actually love to know if you and your family are planning a vacation this summer. With everything going on, if you're still able to do some type of something special, or if you're just going to do something kind of special around where you live. We have our camp coming up as always. We are directors at a summer camp. Usually it's 2 weeks of the summer. This year we are actually only doing one because we rent out a different camping facility and they are still wanting to have all of their camps, but their camps all got pushed back. And so our 2 weeks kind of got merged into one, which is fine because we had less kids signed up than originally anyway with everything that's going on. So that wasn't as big of a deal. And we're still not even at a full week's capacity. I think that once we get a little bit closer, we might fill up. But even if we don't, it would still be okay because we're gonna try and do a little bit of social distancing as well as you can with, 75, 100 kids. So not really actually that well, probably. All right, and then my mom's birthday is on Saturday. So I'm gonna put that in. And then also I mentioned that summer begins, and so I wanna put that in too just because it's kind of fun. And actually, I think it might be fun to use this Erin Condren little sun. I'm not sure what exactly we'll be doing Saturday morning, but this will be a fun way to mark that summer is starting, and I'll just kind of have this sticker overlap this a little bit, and that will be okay. Here we go. So, and then a lot going on Sunday, Father's Day, church, and then we're also having lunch at my parents' to celebrate Father's Day and all of the birthdays that have been going on. So I want to use Father's Day, and I wonder if there's something here. No, there's not. I am going to switch over to pink for Sunday and then just do the same little box, I guess. So I'm not really venturing out much on my stencil choices here. That's okay. And then just stick on this Father's Day sticker. So for camp, since it's only 1 week, I think we decided to go ahead and keep the shop open. Last year, we put the shop on vacation because we had 2 weeks of camp, but also because I was expecting our daughter, and we actually had to leave camp because she decided to come early, and then recovering from having a baby and all of that. But I think for this year, we have decided to go ahead and leave the shop open. I just will not be shipping that week. Obviously we won't be home. We'll be a couple hours away. So I will have to up the processing time. Right now in the shop it's set to 3 to 5 business days, which honestly it's usually 1 to 2 business days. But I like to keep a little bit of a buffer because if for whatever reason I wasn't able to ship within that, there's a negative effect. We kind of get in trouble, I guess, with Etsy. So we want to avoid that. Under promise, over produce. Is that what the phrase is? I am going to put a little weather sticker here, and then I will just put my weather right up in these hours between 5 and 6:30. And then for the bottom here, I'm going to use this for my daily stats like I've been doing with my apple rings stats and then my steps down on the bottom. And if you didn't notice or didn't see my Instagram post, my 2-year-old got a hold of my planner, so that's fun. I was annoyed, but then I remembered that she won't always be 2, and when I'm flipping back through, I will see it and remember how she is at this stage. So I am going to just use this thin washi, and I think I might also use the darker blue washi. I haven't decided for sure. Just to kind of stack and make it stand out a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this to rip it again. Or actually maybe I won't because this meeting comes down far enough. I think what I'll just do instead is just put my daily stats kind of up here so that I can still see that pink. And maybe I'll do it on both sides. Okay, covering up that number. And then I will quickly go ahead and put my little boxes in for each day, trying to keep the colors the same. So then also this darker pink washi kind of helps tie in the darker pink marker that I had to use. Oh, and another thing I wanted to mention about camp coming up. Camp is the first full week in June, so it's the week of the 6th to the 10th. And often I do new releases every 3 weeks. So that was going to put new releases on July 1st, which is the Friday right before camp, Friday right before 4th of July weekend. And I'm always really busy with camp the week before, so I didn't want to be working on new releases and trying to get ready for camp at the same time. So I am actually pushing new releases up a week. So new releases for September kits will actually be June 26th. Normally, this week would be a $2 Tuesday week. I will not be doing $2 Tuesday in order to focus on getting new releases up a week earlier than normal. So be on the lookout for that. And then after that, the October new release will be 4 weeks after this 26th instead of the normal 3, because then it would just be the week right after camp. So this is the week before camp. Oh, and I don't have, it's an Avec, so I don't actually have it to show you. But the October release will still be the week that it would have been if I stuck with the 3 week. I am just shortening the September to 2 weeks and then 4 weeks out. If you were ever confused on the timing of everything, since I don't release things every single week, you can, of course, join our Facebook group. I like to do sneak peeks in there. There's also usually some fun perks about being in the group, whether it's access to sales a day earlier, or sometimes even special sales that aren't available to anybody else. Friday, I'm gonna go ahead and use, I grabbed a sheet of movie night. We like to have pizza and movie night on Fridays. Oh, and then I got distracted. I was talking. We are going to have lunch celebrating birthdays and Father's Day here. We'll probably actually be there the bulk of the day. So I am going to actually do this whole thing. Oh yeah, and then offset for my drop shadow. And then since I actually am filming on Monday, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the weather. Today it is very sunny, not a cloud in the sky. High of 92, low of 70. And then also I wanna go ahead and put in that I am filming. This is a sheet that I actually made for myself, but it will be available in the shop sometime. If you really want to get your hands on one, since I've already made it, I can do a custom order for you. So message me through Etsy and I can get one for you. That goes for other orders too. If you previously ordered custom scripts I can always reprint them for you pretty easily. When I say I'm not accepting custom orders anymore, I mainly am referring to brand new customs. It takes a lot more work to actually arrange the page and all that the very first time. After it's already done, printing and cutting it is no big deal. So I can definitely take care of that for you if you have already ordered in the past. And then I want to kind of do a slash, so I'm going to be extra and do it like that. Film and then edit. And then I really want to get it uploaded as soon as possible. I have started working on September kits since I am releasing so quick. Here I don't have much turnaround from the last release. And I think you will love the designs that I found. I am so excited. I love all of the new releases, but especially monthly releases are so much fun. And then I will either check through this box maybe when I'm done or not, I don't know. But with that, I think that is all that I have for you. As always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.